everybody here, Baby Disney. Welcome. So welcome. Please slide on. Thank you. Here in Harambe, we like to say Twin-day. Twin-day means let's go.
Twin day.
Jumbo, everybody. My name's Brittany. I'll be your safari driver today. A couple things to keep in mind as we head out onto the reserve is to make sure to keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Also, please make sure to remain seated at all times. Feel free to take any pictures or videos. Just make sure that we're holding on tightly to our cameras and phones. If something does fall to the truck, just let me know and we'll try to get that back to you as soon as possible. If you look above your head, you'll notice the animal spotting guide. This will give you an idea of what animals we might see today. So we'll have to keep a very close lookout.
Ooh, the Okapi.
Okay, there is an Okapi on our right. It's a little bit tricky to see. There's a lot of bamboo. Hang on, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see that. You see those black and white stripes a little bit? But that's the Okapi. It's a little bit hard to see. It's kind of way behind the bamboo over there. But that was called the Okapi. Yeah. And you'll notice that the Okapi had black and white stripes on its legs. Those stripes kind of look similar to zebra stripes, but the Okapis are the only living relatives to the giraffes. We know this because of their skull shapes. They also have prehensile tongues similar to the giraffes. Their tongues are so long that if they wanted to, they could lick their own eyeballs. Now, also on the right, I did see some saddle-billed storks, and then coming up on the left, there is a black rhino on the hill.
Oh my gosh!
Now, the black rhinos are the smaller of the two rhinos that we see here on the reserve. They have a triangular upper lip, which is also prehensile, and that's what they're going to use to grab all of the food that they need with. The rhinos don't have great eyesight, so they're going to rely a lot on their sense of hearing. A group of rhinos is called a crash, and they do love to be in the mud. Helps to keep them protected from the sun, protected from insects, and also cooled off. Now, we did see the saddle-billed storks. I didn't really say much about them, but they do have a very wide wingspan of about 9 feet. The way that we can tell the female and the male saddle-billed storks apart is from their eye color. So females will have yellow eyes, while the males will have brown eyes. These birds are not able to chirp, so instead they're going to rattle their bills together in order to communicate. As we head over this hill, we're going to be headed into the Safi River, so make sure to keep a lookout on the water and watch for any bubbles or any movement.
Randy's.
On our right, I do see some pink-backed pelicans. The pink-backed pelicans are among the largest flighted birds, and they will get pink on the sides of their faces during mating season, which can cause them to look like they're blushing. Alright, so also coming up on our right, keep a close lookout on the water. Hippo just came up, or it's kind of going back down right now, but that is the Nile hippopotamus. A little bit tricky to see. We might see some more hippos in just a second, because she came up and then went right back down as soon as I said something, but those are the, oh yes, there is actually another hippo on our left here. A little bit tricky to see, it's in the water. But yeah, these are the Nile hippopotamus. A group of hippos is called a belote, and the word hippopotamus is a Latin word that means river horse. The hippos get this nickname because although they can swim, they prefer to run or walk along the bottom of the river instead. There is also a hippo outside of the water on our left here.
Never seen that before.
Now the hippos do have some very large teeth, but despite the size of their teeth, they only eat grass. They will exit the water and travel over 6 miles to get all of the food that they need.
Oh, there's 2 more down there. Deal? Wow. Nap time.
As we head over this hill, make sure we're all remaining seated.
Ooh, there's the crocodiles.
But I do see the Nile crocodiles. Now, the Nile crocodiles are the largest reptiles in all of Africa.
Bye, buddy.
The Nile crocodiles are about 16 feet long, fully grown, and weigh 500 pounds. They can eat up to half of their body weight in a single feeding, but will usually eat only once or twice a week. They have been reported to go longer without eating if they really have to. The Nile crocodiles will also rely a lot on their tails. and their tails are what's responsible for propelling them through the water. And as we head down this hill, we're going to be entering the savannah. The animals that live in the savannah are a little bit easier to see. They usually live in wide open spaces, and they're going to rely mostly on their numbers for protection.
Oh, here we go. Bumpy.
Coming up on our right, I do see some Ankole cattle. Now, the Ankole cattle are among the 2 domesticated animals that we see here on the reserve. They have some very large horns that span about 6 to 8 feet. Their horns might look super heavy, but they have a spongy inside, and this spongy inside allows for blood to circulate through their horns, which helps to keep the Ankole cattle cooled off.
Oh, there's a big one walking. Hey, big boy. Hyenas are gone. Our painted dogs. Got the safari truck coming after us. Hang on. Big bumps. Wildebeests. Hey, where are the giraffes at? Cue the Lion King music.
Coming up on our right, I do see the wildebeest. Now, the male wildebeest can produce a very loud bellow that can be heard about a mile away. They are mostly migratory animals, so about 1 million to 1.5 million wildebeest will migrate 500 to 1,000 miles every year.
Bumpy. Oh, he's right there. Where are the giraffes? Nobody. Is that an elephant way back there? Oh, I want to go that way. It's either an elephant or a big rock. Traffic jam. Big boab tree. Dookie.
Alright, so they're a little of tricky to see. They're going to be in this back left corner here. I do see some African elephants, and the big elephant all the way in the back there. There's actually a little baby elephant.
The baby.
Let me see. Hang on, let's see if we can see them a little bit. They're very far back there, but those are the African elephants. And lots of times they will flap their ears back and forth. They do that to help circulate blood and keep themselves cooled off. The elephants do have a trunk, and this trunk is super important to them. It's composed of thousands of muscles and acts as an upper lip. Their trunk is going to be responsible for grabbing all of their food and for helping the elephants to drink water. So when the elephants drink water, they suction water into their trunk and then release that water into their mouth. Usually,
they got some ducks in there too.
Stay by themselves or form small bachelor herds, while the female elephants will stick together with their babies. The male elephants are a lot bigger in size, weighing about 13,000 pounds, while the female elephants are only going to weigh about 8,000 pounds. Now, that little baby elephant that we saw, she just turned 1 year old a few weeks ago, so she's just barely 1. The female elephant's gestation period is about 22 months, so that does mean that elephants are pregnant for almost 2 years. Now, we did pass some flamingos, and those flamingos were called the greater flamingos. Those birds can group together in very large numbers of up to tens of thousands. The greater flamingos are the largest of the 6 kinds of flamingos, and also the most pink. Now, sometimes we will see gray flamingos out here, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're just very young. So it does take about 2 years for flamingos to turn pink. And that's a result of their diet from something called beta-carotene.
Is that the rich tour?
On our left, I do see a cheetah.
Oh, way up there.
That was a little bit hard to see. Let's see. Now, the cheetahs are able to chirp and purr. They're a little bit different from other cat predators, and they're going to only hunt.
We got to go on that one day.
Now, you'll notice that they're very slender in size, and this is because they're built for speed. So the cheetahs can reach about 60 miles an hour in as little as 3 seconds.
Dang.
Now, the rocks coming up on our left are called the Okapi rocks, and prides of lions do like to hang out here. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to find. They do sleep for about 16 to 20 hours a day, so hopefully we see some.
Pride Rock. Where's Simba at? Mufasa? Oh, getting ahead of us. Another traffic jam. No lions. Hung up. Oh, there it is.
So I do see the lions. Now, the lion that's walking around, well, now she's kind of hiding, but that was the lioness, and then the lion that's laying down right here, that is the male lion. Now, you'll notice that this male lion, his mane is not super long. This lion is really young, so it's going to take him another couple years to get that nice full mane. Now, the lioness, there's actually 2 lionesses.
Oh, another one.
But those lionesses, they're going to be responsible for all of the hunting for the pride. The lions are able to roar, and that roar can be heard about 5 miles away.
Yeah, teenager lion. Finally had to see the lions. They usually hide. Whose house is
I'm not
this?
seeing anything on our left right now, but you will
Yeah,
notice
some
there's
burrows.
tunnels in the ground, and those do belong to the warthogs. So
Oh, I want to see
can create
Pumbaa.
their own burrows or reuse other animals' burrows if they would like to.
Deer butts.
They are related to the pigs, and they're very intelligent animals. They'll run with their tails straight up when frightened, and they do this to warn other warthogs of danger and predators nearby. Also on our right, there are some eggs on the ground, and those eggs do belong to the ostriches. Now, I didn't see any today, but the ostriches, they are the largest birds.
Those aren't real.
And they do have wings and feathers, but they're completely flightless. Each of their eggs weighs about 3 pounds and is equivalent in size to 2 dozen chicken eggs.
Wow. I like that plant right there. Any goats? Uh-oh, none of the doors are open. Goats are out. Whoa! Bumpy! Well, some laundry over here. Hang on. Ooh.
Now, I do think that all of the animal attractions are closed for the rest of the day.
What?
But if you guys are planning on visiting Animal Kingdom again on your trip, a couple of great places to go to would be Rafiki's Planet Watch. You are able to pet the animals
Rafiki.
there. They do have a petting zoo. They also have a drawing
That
class.
bamboo.
And another cool thing to see at Rafiki's Planet Watch is they have an animal hospital. Sometimes they have real animal operations that you can actually watch.
Ooh,
Another
creepy.
great place to go visit is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. It is about a 15 to 20 minute walk through.
Oh,
There you can
hang
see
on.
the gorillas, more okapis, and other animals as
My
well.
Lord. Big splash.
Now we are headed back towards the village, so just make sure to grab all of your belongings and try not to leave anything behind for me. A great way to help the animals that we saw today would be to remember the 3 R's, which means to reduce, reuse, and recycle. A lot of the animals we saw lose their homes due to deforestation, so making sure to recycle can make a big difference.
Where are they going?
Now, we're just waiting for this truck here in front of us, but we'll have you guys on your way very shortly.
You do that real deal tour.
Now here we don't like to say goodbye because it's far too sad and far too final. Instead we say quackerini, which means to go well, go wild, and have a great rest of your evening here at Animal Kingdom.
Quackerini.
Alright my friends, watch your hands on seat and
That was a good tour. Got to see the hippos, lions. It was really bumpy and they were driving fast. Like at the end of the day they wanted us out of here. But it was a really good time. And that baby elephant. Can't forget about her. Happy birthday.